This conference will now be recorded.
All right, we're live. So welcome. We have some new faces. That's great to see. Always like to, get new people in the group. My name's Kevin. I'll be the, I guess, lead moderator today. Whatever. Regina and Cathleen always help out as best they, we take turns. It takes a village here. Some
Because
days I'm not so well, and they'll have to step up and take my place, and that's just the way we
yeah,
roll.
I
But we're
understand.
we're
That's
we're all sarcoidosis patients, advocates, you know, champions, whatever. We've all been dealing with this um, disease for a long time and have our own journeys. They're all unique. We've all learned different things along the way. So feel free to ask us, anything.
thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
with that, we'll get started. Sandra, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure.
Where you live, uh,
Um,
how long you've had sarcoidosis, where do you have it, and we'll go from there.
my name is Sandra, England. I'm living in New York, out in Long Island, New Hyde Park, border of Queens, New York. I was diagnosed. I'm 53. I was diagnosed in 2018 with lung sarcoidosis, and then as I was in a very traumatic point in my life right there and then, and in a very abusive situation, and um, I had a lung biopsy done. And then after that, everything just kind of went a little haywire. For a few years, I ignored my health, and here we are. I was just hospitalized for 2 weeks, and I have it in my I had uh, I have it in my brain. um, my spine. They did a biopsy on my spine, and they found it in my liver and my brain. Because I just had a scan, and my skin, my so I'm waiting to see the cardiologist to see if it's there. But the worst part for me right now is, I don't feel like I'm there for my mom. I take care of my mom, and my granddaughter's here. Like it's a
Oof.
crazy house, but it's just the pain. The pain is horrendous. And then right now I stumble with words. I can't get words out that are I know are in my head, but I just can't get them out. And I'm looking at the person, and they must think I'm drunk or something, and I'm just like, oh, forget it. So, and it's funny because my 89-year-old mom, she can remember more things than I can. She's like, you mean? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So I over the weekend I went. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but over the weekend I went to a little party for my nephew, and I was shaking so much, and then I was spilled my food, and then couldn't get the words out, and I was just embarrassed. And I kept saying, I'm not drunk, it's neurological.
That's a whole lot of syllables for having too much to drink.
Right? Yeah. So it was a bit crazy, but anyway, that's my story. I've been living here since I moved back here to take care of my parents um, in their home. And my dad passed away 3 years ago. My mom is still here with us, and she's hanging in there.
Does she require a lot of care?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Right now, showering is an issue, and also incontinence is an issue. But we are trying to. She has congestive heart failure and AFib and essential tremors, and um, I'm actually looking. I'm in the process of looking for somebody to give her a shower.
Good. I was going to suggest. So I went through a very similar situation with my dad. I moved in 2017 after my mom passed, and was not prepared at all for what that was going to do to me. And it was a lot of stress, a lot of
Yes.
anxiety, a lot of effort, and it was just a lot to take on in addition to everything else that was going on.
Yeah.
And I had
Yeah.
a bad flare up after a motor vehicle accident in 2020, and he passed 2 years later. But those 2 years were, he was adding to the issues that I was having.
Yeah,
Just
that's pretty
sick,
much
I
what
don't have energy, and he's like, "I want to eat. I
yes.
just," I'm like,
Yes.
"Then get your own eat. That's what's for
Yeah.
dinner." You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
he
Yeah.
didn't understand. He couldn't make heads or tails of it,
Yeah,
and
unfortunately, yeah, my dad was like that, but they might be coming home soon. But my issue is mostly my daughter's 32, and she's been just verbally abusive and to me, and she's in recovery. It's just a headache. It's just
you got
it's
it all
just
going on.
it's so much stress that I just like I at night I'm like, oh God, I know there's a reason for this, and
So
I know that
let
I
me ask
just
you, what do you do for yourself?
yeah, that's it, just it.
Okay, well, take that
Yeah.
and put that on your action item list and figure that out, because if you're not going to take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Sandra.
I just,
managing a complex chronic disease,
Mhm.
and you're managing everyone else's life too.
Yes.
yeah.
So you
And
got to balance that.
I don't have any support at home or family everybody just kind of parted. Like, they're like, oh no, she's in the hospital. Because they thought there was a malignancy, and it's just weird. You would think that people, your own family, you find out who's really there for you when you're going through a really hard time. You find out who's really going to be there for the long haul.
Mhm.
And then 2 days later, my boyfriend broke up with me when I came home from the hospital. So it was a very, uh, it was just like um,
A
can I say
bunch of
shitstorm?
cluster gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's just a
Yep.
Yeah.
lot.
You remember you can always call me too. You have my phone number.
Yeah, I know. I shut down. I get depressed.
I
I'm
get it.
very good at isolating. I'm very good at just,
Mhm. We all
being
are.
I'm very hard on
Well,
myself. So,
Yeah.
I'm, you know,
We all are. We're all perfectionists.
self-awareness is the first step. Right?
Hmm.
You're
yeah,
aware of it, so
Yeah.
now
Now you
take
got to
steps
try
to
and,
counter it. It's not good.
even if it's for 5, 10 minutes, give me a call. Tell me what you're cooking. What's going
yeah,
on?
I
You know what I
will.
mean?
Thank you. Yeah, no, that means a lot that you said that. That I know I could do that because I sometimes, I'm like, well, I could use a friend right now, and it's,
Then pick up the
and
phone.
I'm thinking my own fault because I isolated and I just kind of, you know,
Hmm.
kind of stay in my own little bubble here because
We
it's
we all actually go through it, and
yeah,
might not be every day, might not be every week, but I don't know anybody that has an illness that isn't depressed. Especially this one. It really takes over your body.
And it takes over your brain chemistry.
Absolutely.
I
yeah.
thought the notion that someone like myself, successful executive at an international engineering company, could be depressed. It's like, no
Yeah,
way. I'm a grown ass man. Uh,
yeah,
when I did the research, it's like 70 to 80% of people with sarcoidosis who have more than one location have severe depression.
yeah.
And it's not from woohoo, my life circumstances. It's a brain chemistry issue.
Mm-hmm.
This disease is going, it is shedding cytokines that get
Mm-hmm.
into your brain and start
Mm-hmm.
messing with your serotonin and dopamine. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
major depressive factor when
Yeah.
it's cooking or, active in your body.
I
Not
wish my
you.
kids could do that.
Well,
It's a shame. You know, I just got the phone call from my son that they're going to come next week, but my son was going to come with my grandson, but my daughter-in-law doesn't trust me to watch him. So that really hurts my heart. And I'm like, why? Because of this disease. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So they're having my ex-husband and his wife come to my house, meet at my house, and pick up my granddaughter and my grandson and go out. And I said no. And for the first time, I said no. I
there you go.
said I said no. I don't want them here. They haven't helped me with my granddaughter, raising her, not bought nothing for her. Every time I say that I'm not feeling well or sick, they make fun of me. And it's just, I'm so tired of it. And I said, no, I could do what I have to do here. Whatever he was going to help me with, I could do by myself. I don't,
Sandra, I have a suggestion for you. Have your kids come on a support group call and ask us
yeah,
questions like, I look at my mom and she's not this and whatever, and we'll be like,
yeah,
yeah, it's not
yeah.
her. It's this disease doing what it's
Mhm.
doing, and it's difficult to understand and
Yeah, and
explain.
and I get mocked. I get kind of like thrown in my face.
Yeah,
When,
I had friends of mine like, come on, let's go. I'm like, no, I don't feel up to it today
Yeah.
because I didn't have the energy. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah,
come on, you just need to walk more, and get some
Yeah.
sunlight. You'll be fine. The thing is, you look fine on the outside, and inside you're just,
A
you know,
mess.
going through it.
it's
People
horrible.
don't
It's
understand.
depleting. The energy is and the fatigue is just um
Yeah.
so yeah.
Debilitating.
I
Yeah.
just lay down and I'm in the fetal position and I'm crying, but like I just and it's a very lonely feeling. Sorry if I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
But I hate it. I really hate it. So it's just I think the
I
worst part for me is that having, the ex-husband and his wife and whoever, saying these things that, like she's lost her mind, she's got this disease. And then today I was just like, you know what? Let them think, but they're not going to come here. They can't, why come here? He hasn't answered me in months and months, to get some help and, for the kids, but the stress level is just going to be too much for me. And then I just don't want to do that. So I just think that maybe, little by little, hopefully I'll get, stronger in terms of speaking, having my own voice.
Regina put something in the chat. Have you thought about seeing a counselor?
Yeah, I talk to somebody once a week, but she's not that familiar with the disease. So I'm wondering if somebody who is familiar with chronic illness and um, that might be better. I'm
You
not
don't have to be
sure.
familiar with sarcoidosis, but like MS has a lot of similar
Right, just like a,
symptoms.
a chronic
Cancer,
condition.
you know, at least with cancer, you go through the chemotherapy, you lose your hair, and people are like, "Oh, are you
Hmm.
okay?" You're like, he's going through it.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
sarcoidosis, you go through the same hell, and you look fine.
yeah, yeah. And that's what people don't understand. I feel
Yeah.
like in my family, they're just criticizing me for not being able to um, do the things for my mom, and I'm doing my best. And but for somebody to hold it against you and not and make you feel like, for instance, my brother was just writing me these nasty. I just cut him off, and I felt good about it.
I had to cut
But
my brother off too.
yeah, he just me. He's an
Toxic.
alcoholic, and
Yeah.
he did not. He wasn't very nice to me. Wrote me this letter and accusing me of lying about this disease, and um, a whole bunch of other things. Yet he never came to help my mom when I was in the hospital. I had to go out and hire. It was just. It was.
Do
It's
you
just
have
been a
someone
nightmare.
on retention who comes regularly to see your mom?
No, no. I'm in the process of looking into having somebody from the insurance company to come through Medicaid, Medicare. She was denied with Medicaid, but I heard that it's common to get denied the first couple
Yeah.
of times. So I'm not quite sure. But she's. I'm going to need to get somebody to give her a shower because today I just
And
couldn't
maybe
do it today.
cook, and maybe there's a lot of things like put as much as you can on whoever you bring in
Exactly.
because you got a
Yeah,
full-time job taking care of yourself.
yeah.
Yep.
I always feel guilty that I'm
You got to
not.
stop it. I always felt guilty too. And I
Yeah.
told you I didn't tell my boys how bad I was until a couple of years ago because they wouldn't have understood. My husband doesn't understand, but he because he's been hearing these conversations with Kevin and Regina and other people with the Foundation for Sarcoidosis Research, he understands a little bit more. So that's all I could help for. Nobody can understand what you're going through except for somebody who has the same thing. You see, we text back and forth, and I tell you, it's hurting like a witch.
Yeah, it's hurting like hell. It really is.
You
Yeah,
know?
today was bad.
Yeah,
But,
it's between the humidity and everything else. So I have some thoughts for your mom, but I'll reach out to you personally. I have a couple of good ideas for you. Okay?
okay. All right. Thank you.
We'll talk tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Anytime. Sorry.
All right. Raquel, welcome to the group. And
Hi.
this is for you and Sandra and Vivienne. If you go to the chat window and put your email, you'll get a reminder every month of this call. And you'll get a couple of other emails from Ancan for art classes. They have an art class every month. It's just like this, except you're doing your art and you're on your table. It has been proven
I love
to
doing that.
be extremely helpful for people with chronic illnesses. Engaging your creative side of your mind just does wonders for your whole body mind connection. So if you put your email in there, at the end of the call, they'll pick it up and add you to the distribution list.
Do you know
Sorry,
the days? Do you know the days and times of those, or should I go looking?
I'll look them up.
Okay.
I know there's one coming up. It was postponed. I'm sorry, Raquel. Ahead. Want to introduce yourself to the group?
Are you talking to Raquel or me?
Raquel.
Sorry?
Hi, Bill. Raquel, do you want to tell the group where you live?
Oh,
How many years have you had sarcoidosis and where it is? We'll start there.
okay. I'm living in Puerto Rico, and I was diagnosed in 2011. I have a pulmonary sarcoid, and
You had
some days
skin.
are on the skin, but is right now I don't have any in the skin, but
Oh.
my eyes, and I'm washing my heart because sometimes my blood pressure is too high, and how you say heart rate,
That's thunder, Mom.
Great. Yeah.
the heart rate go up, and they washing me, but I have days that are better than others, but I have to use the oxygen after I had COVID in 2020, and because my oxygen going down, my oxygenation.
When you were you hospitalized for COVID? You had COVID?
Yes, yeah, I was hospital in the hospital like
What's
3 months.
Mom?
3 months?
3 weeks.
3 months.
Wow. You ventilated?
Huh?
Were you on a ventilator, a breathing machine?
No.
No. You weren't.
No.
Okay.
but my lungs, I have to stay so long because my oxygen, they can let me go with my oxygen level up to 3, and when they put it down, my oxygen going down. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
But
And are you on oxygen all day?
yeah, sometimes when I sit and not doing nothing, I rest for a little bit because
Yeah,
this thing is bother us sometimes.
sure.
Yeah, but I have to sleep with the other machine, and that's my thing.
Do you
I
have
don't
kids?
know. I would like to know if is any, I don't know, treatment or something, because right here in Puerto Rico they don't have pulmonary rehab. They don't have like treatment as- for the lungs.
Hmm.
And my name my pneumology, he told me to go to United States because he said, we right here we don't have treatment for you, but I'm thinking about it.
If you can do that, I would recommend it. Do you know where you would go? Are you thinking Cleveland Clinic or Mayo Clinic or Johns Hopkins? I would go to one of the major centers.
Uh-huh.
Cleveland Clinic does a great job. Mayo Clinic does a great job. They treat you as a whole patient. They look at your blood work. They look at your markers. They look at the scans and how where it is and what's important to attack and what the latest treatments. They deal with it a lot, so they have a lot of knowledge and experience.
Yeah.
And when you
With the
make that
doctor.
first, yep. Whose TV's on?
Oh, can you put it on mute?
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Um, so Cleveland Clinic, I'll say positives for that as well, if you can get there. So you make one phone call, you tell them about the sarcoidosis, so they're going to link you with everything in your body. So skin, pulmonary, heart, neurology, rheumatology, the whole 9 yards. So you'll be there for a couple of days, but they set everything up for you.
Okay.
And then they talk about you in a round table. All the doctors go and talk about you and what is the best treatment. I told Regina, I said, I'm in love, besides it's being
What
closer to her.
what is
Next
the
time
name of the hospital?
Cleveland, CLE.
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat.
Cleveland. Okay,
Mhm.
I got it from there.
So I can just call them too. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes, you can.
And is it how is it through like health insurance and
Yes, yes, through health
That'd be the
insurance.
first stop. Yeah. Now it
Yeah,
depends on what
and
health insurance you have and whether it's just in state and whether they cover that. But I would definitely try.
yeah, and then when you're there for a few days.
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
could be up to a week. It really,
Depends on the case.
it's yeah.
And are you in a hospital setting or
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it is a hospital, but you'll be staying in a hotel. So I actually have the whole link. So it's right there, so you can look up the phone number
no?
as well for everybody.
Okay.
And if you needed me to send it to you personally, just give me your email. I have Sandra's email.
Okay.
Um,
So you end up in a group that only deals with sarcoidosis. They're the people you're interacting with. They interact with all the doctors, and you got one person that is like your shepherd. They
So we
walk you
don't
through the whole process and set it all up for you.
so we don't have doctors that are telling us it's in our head or we're
No,
kooky
no,
loony and you know
they're not big on gaslighting.
yeah. Yeah, I've had some experiences, unfortunately, with
Oh yeah,
going
we
to
all
the
have.
ER and getting sent home and then going back. And,
Yeah, and if you have pulmonary sarc,
yeah,
that's going to be your main doctor.
yeah, and I know I have more lesions than I had before, so it is getting, and it's on my liver now too, on my spine. But I do feel very much that it's affecting my.
yep.
Is that
All of it. Yeah.
Each-
Mind
my-
body connection.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just it's a horrible feeling, you know. So
It is. And it would be it'd be wonderful if they were able to say, "Don't do this, and you'll be okay." But
yeah,
this is something different for everyone.
yeah, yeah,
But anything you can think of to reduce the inflammation load on your body
yeah,
is
yeah.
helpful. So
Yeah, I just it's a stress. There's no, you know what I just pray for is like peace in this house. Just give me peace because you know how your home is supposed to be like your safe haven, and it's
Mhm.
getting a little bit better, but you know, I'm in the attic like Rapunzel, but it's like
let down your hair.
yeah, it's like, but I'm always down doing, you know, here the main floor, but you know, it's just the stress is just too much. Mainly, my daughter keeps my granddaughter up until after midnight, and I get to the point where I can't take the sensory stuff. I don't know if anybody else has that, but
What about
I think
earbuds
I
that,
interrupted Raquel too. I'm sorry.
what about
No,
earbuds
it's okay.
thing with, something quiet, something that is meditative that's on your phone or something like that. At the time that you want to go to bed, you should be able to go to bed.
Yeah, I know, and it's she
Yep.
decides, oh, hell, you know, bath time, 11 o'clock, and I said nothing past 8. And then, you know, of course, when you have a child up late, they're going to be overtired, they're going to be cranky, they're going to be, you know, and
Out.
yeah, and it
That's where she needs to deal with her daughter, and where you
yeah,
have to
and
now.
then she doesn't, and it's just like me, I should just get over it type of thing, like foo me, and then I have to go upstairs because
Hmm.
the stress is so debilitating to me
Yeah.
that if I get myself upset the way I did in the past,
Mhm.
I almost can't stop crying because it's just so it takes over me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yep.
Thoughts can be toxic. Thoughts can drive inflammation in your
Absolutely.
body.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah. So it's
do you do
just
any meditation?
I have tried. My cat is on the keyboard. Oh, Tinkerbell, stop it. I've tried a few times with an app, but I think you have to pay for the app. So
I have one for you. Just to try this out. Yoga Nidra is a guided meditation.
okay,
I would recommend headphones. So, like go on Amazon and get a nice set of noise canceling headphones. It doesn't have to be Bose or whatever, but and it's just a guided meditation, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour,
okay.
and it puts your body in a calm, relaxed, quiet state. Same for your mind, and when you come out of it, it's like getting, deep sleep.
Yeah,
Kevin,
that
you
would be
want to put it
great.
in the chat?
I'll put it. I'll put my
Yeah,
favorite in the text. You can start with Ellie Boothroyd, or try different ones.
Yeah,
You
put it
should
in the
be
chat.
comfortable with the voice.
Hmm.
thank you. What's that?
So you'll be listening to them, and they'll tell you think about your toes, think about your ankles, think about your knees, and it's a body scan. And it's basically when you think about your toes, you're sending electrical signals all the way down your body to your toes
Mm-hmm.
and to your knees and to your fingers, and it's just like a massage for your nervous system, and it
Yeah,
just sheds a lot of stress.
yeah, I
It's
need
just a
that.
self-management technique.
I need that.
Definitely try it, Sandra.
Yeah, I will. I will. I
Saved my
definitely.
life when I was going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I definitely need something.
hi, Bill. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah, I was actually just typing in in the chat window an
Just
app that I
lightning,
use.
Mom.
Sandra, could you just mute yourself, please?
Yeah, I
Thank
was
you.
just actually typing in an app that I use a lot called Paced Breathing. It's available on Android and iPhone, and it has preset breathing exercises, or you can just set your own timer and sounds, and it guides you through just different kinds of breathing exercises like inhales, holds, exhales, holds, or just inhales, exhales. It
Yeah,
definitely has a
there's a
calming
lot of
effect.
different breathing techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And with
Is it
lung
free?
conditions, it's actually like like some of the heavier breathings where you're breathing in deep and out as hard as you can over and over are actually
Yeah.
good exercise for your lungs and your diaphragm and your core muscle group. It can help with oxygenating your blood.
Mm-hmm.
Raquel.
As far as an introduction, my name's Bill Franklin. I do not have sarcoidosis. I have prostate cancer and an autoimmune disease called Graves' disease. But I'm on the call tonight because I'm the chief operating officer of Ancan. I was recently appointed to that position in June of this year, so I've been trying to get to groups and introduce myself and just let you guys know that Ancan, no matter how small your group, bigger, or how small your group is, or how big your group is, or how seldom you meet, or how often you meet, Ancan, we want to know who you guys are and who we're helping to support,
And Bill, thank you for all you do for Ancan
let you
because
know that if you need something from Ancan, we'd like to try to
Yes.
give what you need. So,
well, thank you for all you do for us
Yes.
because you make this possible.
and that's our mission right there. I appreciate the kind words. So, but a lot of the things you guys are talking about, I can understand from my perspective of prostate cancer and some of the treatment that I went through. So, yeah, definitely overstimulation when you're tired and you're stressed out already can be really trying when you're battling fatigue and you can't sleep because you have other things going on with your body that you're dead tired but you can't sleep. That's the worst
Let's just
thing
support
I've ever
prednisone.
experienced in my life, right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Did you say prednisone, Kevin?
Yeah, when I was undergoing active treatment, I
Yeah.
was on 40 milligrams of prednisone for 9 months,
Oh,
and I don't think I slept more than 2 hours at a time.
I've used prednisone and don't ever care to use it again. So
No, no,
I
no,
hate
no.
it. I hate it. I am an emotional nightmare when I take
Oh,
that.
I was a wreck.
I cry 24/7, and I um I was horrible on it. The intravenous steroid in the hospital. They gave me the IV. I think it was twice a day, but every time they gave it to me, I knew that I had to just go and lay down and just think of something else and try not to be upset. You know.
Yeah, I was on prednisone for about 3 weeks before I ended up in psychiatric care.
Yeah, yeah, it's just a horrible,
I called
horrible
a
thing.
random psychiatrist in my neighborhood from the phone book because I was having a meltdown, and I just blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
One moment, Doctor wants to know if you're on prednisone. We'll see you in the morning.
Hmm.
Like, oh boy, it's real. The first time I ever had any kind of mental health crisis.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was the
It's
hardest
not.
part of all of it to get through. Like my brain's not doing what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
My emotions aren't regulated. My energy levels aren't regulated. Nothing's working.
It's like you want to do something, and you are kind of excited to do something, but then it's like, nope, sorry, you can't, and you're you know
And then
so
you feel
fatigued
guilty about
and
it, and then you're
angry.
dwelling on
Yeah.
that, and then you're angry,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it's time for bed. What happened
Yes.
to the day?
Yes. That's exactly it. And then there's times when I'm just like, oh my god, I can't wait till bedtime because you know just another day and schlepping through.
Yeah.
Regina, do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hello. Yeah, I'm tired today. But it's not because of that. I'm Regina and I'm from Indiana. I was diagnosed in 1994. So I am in my 31st year of having sarcoid. My anniversary was in June. Um, I've probably been on just about every treatment protocol there is, and today I'm on Remicade because I'm considered a chronic person. I have it in my lungs, I have it in my skin. Uh, basically everywhere. And I have neurosarc as well too, which is not anything fun to deal with, because I think it's getting worse. Um, I am also another moderator for another group, which I'm going to invite everybody to attend tomorrow. I have the creative writing group. And when Kevin was talking about how you can use your creative juices to help you feel better, that's exactly what I do. I garden and I write poetry, I journal, and that's what the classes or the session will be about tomorrow is journaling, getting in touch with yourself, your hobbies, anything you want to write about. It could be academic, it could be poetry, haiku, it could be short story. We cover it all. And it's going to be tomorrow, which is going to be from 6:30 to 8. It's usually an hour and a half long. No, 6, excuse me, to 7:30. That just shows y'all how tired I am, and
Yeah,
it's hot.
I was actually just about to double check because I already know Regina, so and we've talked before, and I did tell her that I was coming to tomorrow's group. So
Yeah. But what I wanted to talk about, I'm going to be honest with you all. I've been grieving probably for the last month, um, for someone that's alive and then someone who passed away. Um, a high school friend of mine passed away. She needed double lungs, and she had sarcoid, and she lives right here in hometown. We kind of grew up together, went to high school together, and I've gotten back in touch with that family back in 2016 when I tried to start my own support group. And she was one of the first people who showed up to my group right here in my hometown. Well, anyway, I wind up having going to her services about a couple of weeks ago. In that same week, my brother wife found out she has terminal cancer. Then a friend of mine who called, didn't call, but I saw on Facebook, found out she got cancer. I wind up sending her my book, so she can do some journaling and things like that. And then we had an advocate friend who recently passed away, and that kind of took a lot out of me. So I've been like really withdrawn um, here lately because of all that. That's a lot to go through in a 2 week span because all this happened within a 2 week span. Then I've also been dealing with another health issue, and Kevin and Kathleen knows this, but I've been having a post nasal drip for over a year and a half. And I finally got into the doctor, see if they could take care of it. Well, I finally seen a surgeon about 2 weeks ago, and that surgeon said that they can go in and cauterize, and we already know it's probably from sarcoid, that they can go in and cauterize everything, but it's not going to be foolproof. And as I was talking to him, and by the way, I did take someone with me to that meeting. As I was in that meeting, instantly got a dislike for that doctor. Um, in fact, the whole entire team over there, I have a dislike for them. First of all, when I was coming back from vacation with my mom, I had to come back home early because I went into a big flare. And my dermatologist had to wind up putting me on steroids. And they already know that I have a hard time with steroids, but at the present time, there was nothing I could do. I was in Georgia. I had to come back home. So I had to cut my trip. Um, Well, I was on the phone with both of my doctors. The one doctor kept saying, "Oh, you have a nose disease. You have a sinus disease," but he wouldn't tell me what it was. "Oh, you have to go see a surgeon," and blah, 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 blah. So finally got to see the surgeon. And it felt like he was trying to push me into surgery, and it felt like all they wanted was the money. And I said, oh, okay. So I asked a bunch of questions. One of the medications that they kept talking about, I already have. So I decided to continue to use that. And it kind of works, but not really. But finally, the surgeon them called me back last week, and I had to tell them no. I decided I will deal with a postnasal drip, use that god awful nose drop, because all they wanted to do was have some money, and that surgery was not going to be foolproof. And you know, when you have sarcoid, it takes you a long time to heal. And then having that surgery done up in my nose and stuff, that really just sealed the deal for me because of all those things. So what I wanted to say is that when you go to the doctor, please take someone with you if you can, because you need that extra ear. Um, and it was a family member that went with me. And once we were done, we discussed it and talked about it. And she felt the same exact way that I felt, that they were just trying to push me into having some kind of surgery. But I'm neglecting to have that surgery because it's not going to be foolproof. And that's been the extent of my month. It's not been a very good month, but other than that, I've been doing fine. I still make my jewelry, which is a happy medium for me, and I garden, which is my other happy medium. So that keeps me out of trouble from being like totally depressed. But it's been a rough month. And then my sister-in-law, which is my brother's wife, she just had her surgery on Friday. So, yeah. And so my brother's running back and forth out of town because they live in Tennessee and they live in a campground. So he's coming back here every weekend to see his wife.
Well, you got it all going on.
Yes. Yep. It's been a rough month.
Well, if you ever need anyone to talk to, you have my number.
Thank you.
Me too, you lady.
Yeah, but this past month I had to kind of like keep to myself. 'Cause when those things happen, you think about your own health and what's going to happen with you.
Sure.
You know, it's been hard. And then to top that off, me and my brother been beefing because he didn't think I cared about him and cared about what was going on with him. But all that stuff went on. What
Yeah.
you gonna
Yeah.
do? A bunch of stuff go on at one time. So,
It's good to have family members that understand that you're going through stuff, right? But at the same time, you probably almost everybody has that one or two people that are like don't quite understand what you're going through, and they might want to be supportive, but they're just not quite doing it in the right way, you know. So
yeah, well, the one thing that my brother said is, well, my other brother called and screamed at me and said, "Why you ain't call him to let him know how you cared?" And everybody does not work the same way.
Right.
And I'm one of those people. I'm the one lone person in my family that doesn't hold trauma or bad things that go on very well, especially when it comes, to your family members or someone you really, really, really care about. That's hard.
Yeah.
So, but we're good now. So,
It's hard with family because again, this is, you know, not really known regardless. I mean, somebody says they have cancer, somebody says they have tumors or things like that. People automatically feel sorry, but I'm sorry, all of us look normal.
mhm.
Okay. Well, maybe not with the oxygen, but that could be a million different things. They have no idea how much pain you can be in. They can only guess, and guessing doesn't work. I tell them You know, a really, really bad black and blue, when you really get that, they're like, yeah, that's my whole body. I can feel my hair follicles. No one can touch my face because it feels like shards of glass. So you have to come up with these quips or analogies to make it understandable. They can't understand. Don't think they're going to. And even if you tell them, they're still not going to understand because you look normal.
Mhm.
That's it. Period. End of conversation. Bill, you look normal too. I would have never guessed, but at least
Thank you.
I know it's a really, really bad disease, cancer. I worked for urologists for many years. So, but when you tell somebody that you have prostate cancer, they know what it is.
Yeah.
You tell somebody you have sarcoidosis, sometimes most of the doctors as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
They
don't know what
don't
it
know
is.
what it is. They can't understand how much pain you're in. And that's what I was trying to explain to you, Sandra, is that your brother, your daughter, your mom, they can only guess, you know, and it's mainly because we look normal. But you need to put your foot down. And that's, I've had the strength of Regina and Kevin backing me up saying, stop. If you can't make that, then say you can't go.
Mhm.
And I have said that. I've also fired doctors. Literally. I did you're fired. No empathy, no understanding. You're gone. That's it.
Mhm.
And if you're afraid of them to say that, then just don't go back. Make another appointment. And
Yeah, and
Regina,
all that stress,
yeah,
Yeah.
all that stress is not good.
not good at all. Sorry, Joe is getting ice from the ice maker. It's okay, I'm muted.
That's
So
all right. Yeah.
that's for all of us, is that you look normal and they don't know what sarcoidosis is. So, and they will never fully understand. That's why I was just sending you different things to show Sandra that day, which was in layman's terms. Both of you. You should get on, or three of you, you should try and get on the Foundation for Sarcoidosis research because they do have research, they do have trials. Um, if we don't go into a trial, guide, when are we going to find a cure?
Yeah.
I don't want to give up my drugs either, but if I have to in order to help find a cure, then I will do that.
Yeah.
But I'll put the Foundation for Sarcoidosis research up there too, so you can get the link, okay? And read. Do
Thank
a
you.
lot of reading. All right.
And
You're
then,
educated.
I'm sorry if I'm interrupting, but so because if it's in the spine and in the brain, is that automatically considered neurosarcoidosis?
Yes.
It is,
Yep.
or
Nope.
because I was told that say hi. I was told that my granddaughter uh, that I was told I don't know. No, it just left my brain. See,
You have
Don't worry
sarcoidosis
You
or
were
something?
you were talking about neurosarcoidosis.
I was. Okay, so yes. So when I went, thank you. When I went to the one neurologist, recently said that well, if it's on the spinal cord, it's not considered, or if it's on the bone. I thought the spine was the spine. I didn't know that it could be the cord itself or the, the bone. Is that making sense, or do I sound?
Yeah.
Keep going.
So I'm not sure whether there's a version of it where it's on your spinal
Yeah,
column,
I had
not
biopsies,
neurosarcoidosis.
and they said that it was on the I have it here because I knew I was going to forget, but I don't want to keep you from because I'm looking at this and I don't have my reading glasses, so uh,
They found
But
it on your spine.
I have thoracic lesions, and I have cervical lesions, and I have lumbar lesions. And I had the biopsy that was done on the lumbar on L1. The first one they did, they couldn't. It was unsuccessful, and they had to get a spinal surgeon in to do it. And I was in the hospital for like two and a half weeks, I forget. But they did wound up doing it, and then the whole time they were assuming I had a malignancy. That was basically when I kept saying, well, it was just a sarcoid because I have it in my lungs, and now I find out I have it in my liver too, and I have my skin, I'm just in pain.
Yeah.
And I just forgot what I was going to say again because this is just me every day. Just
You're
You know,
starting.
it's
Go ahead.
probably a good thing that you do contact someone like a Cleveland Clinic or Mayo Clinic, because they will better tell you and be able to help you understand the sarcoid a lot better than just a regular neural doctor.
yeah,
Especially if it's progressed since your initial diagnosis.
yeah.
That's going in the wrong direction, and you need to do something different to turn it around in the other direction.
Yeah. I've been pretty good with keeping up with my appointments. I just need to see other doctors. What's so overwhelming for me is you need every single doctor. You need, like when Kathleen was sending me I was like, oh, how do you do this? I just, now you need a problem. But that's what I need.
Pulmonologist, neurologist,
But I need that because I need
rheumatologist.
somebody to kick me in the butt, so to speak, and just say, all right, let's go. Call, call. Because I'm very good at just, you know,
Yep.
shutting down, so to speak, you know.
Yeah. We'll get more into that, Sandra, as time
Yeah.
goes on. And I agree with Regina and Kevin, in order for you to get a true understanding of what you have and people to explain it to you, Cleveland Clinic is number one. You and I will talk about that because I do have somebody who they pay for the hotel or something. So I'll find out more information and I'll reach out to you by the end of the week.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like that. Thank
Great.
you.
Anytime. All right.
I'm going to give Vivienne a chance. She's done work. It should be 5:02 in California. If she'd like to join us, speak now, or we're going to open it up for questions. And at the end,
Kevin, you were looking up the painting, the drawing. Do you know what day and time that is?
I'll get that.
Are you talking
Hey,
about the
Vivienne.
art class?
Yes.
I can give you that.
Bill?
Hold on.
All right,
Oh,
thanks.
yeah.
You post the link.
I would like that. Can I do that too?
Of course.
Yeah, anybody's can join. She just sent out she was talking about the flyer a little while ago. So where is
Oh.
art class? You know what? Art class is not on the calendar. So
Oh.
at
Oops.
least I don't see it.
The writing class is, though.
Yes, the writing class
It's
is
on
right
that
here,
newsletter.
Regina.
Vivienne, if you want to try
Actually,
again, you can just take yourself off mute. We'll give you your allotted time. Hello.
All right, I'm here.
Hi.
How are you? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. I'm in
Hi.
California. That is.
No, I understand you're working. Appreciate you hanging out for this long.
Yeah.
Is this your first call with
Yeah.
us?
Mhm.
Did you put your email in the chat
Yes.
box? Okay.
I did.
You'll be on the list at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Okay.
So would you like to introduce yourself? How long you've
Sure.
had sarcoidosis?
I'm
Where do you
Vivienne
have
from
it?
Southern California. And I was diagnosed in, I think it was January of this year, so I'm a newbie. So I don't have the experience that all of you have. So they found it in my lungs, and they think there's cardiac involvement because in 2023, I had complete heart block and had to get a pacemaker.
Yep.
So that's kind of my story. So I was initially put on 60 milligrams of prednisone, and that was wonderful for the first 3 weeks. I got more done from 8 p.m. to midnight one evening than I had, the past 2 years. It was amazing. So I thought, wow, I really love this drug. And everybody who'd ever been on it said, oh no, you're not going to love it. And
For
sure
it.
enough, I had to divorce it. So I was on a taper, so I was down to 5 milligrams and then I stopped. But I think my doctor put me on methotrexate when I was about at 15 milligrams. So now I'm just on the methotrexate. And now I'm losing my hair. So
Mhm.
anyway, you know how that goes.
I'm, that's the first I've heard of methotrexate interacting with hair.
Oh, really?
I lost my hair
But
too.
I know how the hair loss goes. So
I
Yeah,
was only
I
on
lost my
methotrexate for
hair, but I
about
put it in
4 days.
wax.
So
Oh, really?
yeah, is it your cardiac involvement? Have you had a PET scan yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
it lit up in the heart area. But he said the definitive way is to do a heart biopsy, but there's no reason to do that. So,
no. If you have a confirmed pulmonary
yeah.
and a PET scan with inflammation in your heart, that's positive.
Hmm.
That's what they told me. That's what I went through when I got diagnosed. Now, what kind of pacemaker do you have? Do you have an ICD or
No,
just a pacemaker?
it's just a pacemaker.
Okay. Do you have any other arrhythmias in your
Um,
heart?
yeah, apparently, when I went to see the pacemaker clinic 6 months ago, I went into AFib 34% of the time, and then I went to see her last week, and I'm just at 2%. So when I was at 34%, I wasn't under any treatment. So I'm thinking maybe, the prednisone, although I hate it, maybe it really helped.
Oh, it definitely helps, but the side effects are worse than the
Yeah.
condition, in my book. Long term, you can't take it long term.
Yeah, I can.
So there's another type of pacemaker called an ICD.
Right.
You're familiar with that? It
Yes.
has a defibrillator function as well in case you're in and you'll probably be able to get enough data to make a decision from your pacemaker as to whether
Mhm.
they want to upgrade you to an ICD. I went straight to an
Yeah.
ICD because I was in AFib, like 3 days after an accident, and they're like, "What's going on?"
Oh,
And
yeah.
before I got my PET scan, they put the pacemaker in just because my heart was in crisis.
Mhm. Yeah.
I didn't have the block; I just had arrhythmias.
Mhm. I see. Yeah. So
Um,
that's kind of my story. I'm just always looking for different treatment options. Um, because I don't know about the methotrexate. I think it makes me very tired, or maybe it's the disease itself. It's hard to know.
It's hard to know.
Yeah,
For,
that's the problem.
for my treatment, I get an infusion every 4 weeks. I'm on Remicade. And let me tell you, back in 2019, because 2019 I was on steroids, and it sent me to the hospital because it put me in DKA. And I'm not a diabetic at all. And I spent 3 weeks in the hospital, and it took my dermatologist to fight for me to get Remicade, and I've been on it ever since. I call it my joy juice because it has been the best thing I've ever been on, ever.
Wow.
I'm supposed to start Remicade. That's that's the goal from the rheumatologist.
So I was not familiar with Remicade as a treatment for sarcoidosis. My daughter has Crohn's, and she gets Remicade infusion every 8 weeks. So
I have a cousin who has
That one
Crohn's, and
have
they use
any
no, they use the marrow.
any
They
side
used to use
effects?
Remicade.
my daughter does not have any side effects. There are possible side effects with Remicade, but she has none. But it's definitely helped her with her Crohn's. So if you guys are not familiar with Crohn's,
Yeah.
I mean, basically, it's an inflammation in your intestinal tract that
Yep,
causes all kinds of issues.
it's not
We
fun.
we discovered it with her because she was losing weight, um, and eating regularly, having a lot of bathroom issues, but losing a lot of weight.
Mm.
So that's how we discovered hers. But the Remicade's been great for her too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was wondering about side effects with the Remicade.
I would have to go read the pamphlet again, because since my daughter, she's been on it for almost 2 years now, and since she doesn't have side effects, we forgot what they were supposed to be.
It's
I don't
supposed
have
to.
Also, the
side
benefit
effects
of
from
being
it
young.
either.
That's
I
good to
didn't
be
have.
young, huh?
You don't have any,
I didn't have.
Regina? Oh, no
No,
side effects.
and I
You
didn't
do?
either.
No?
It was.
Thank
All right,
God.
so we
There
have
wasn't
a
quite
few minutes left. I would like to open this up for final questions. So we'll go around the horn. If you guys have any questions you'd like to ask, I know we're all on different points in our journey, but this is what it's all about: sharing experience and knowledge, and tips and tricks. We don't make recommendations on medication. We just deal with the side effects. We're not doctors.
So
Vivienne,
since
would you
several
like
of
to?
you, I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut
Okay.
you off.
Vivienne, did you want to ask any questions of our illustrious panel?
Very
Oh, you were
learned.
early on.
No, I think I've watched so many videos, it's not even funny. I spent 2 weeks before I had all the biopsies, just watching the procedure so I wouldn't be surprised, because I don't like surprises. And it really did help me, I think, because I knew exactly what to expect. I've watched a lot of grand rounds. I've, watched any kind of support group video. But it's nice to talk to real people. So that's the advantage of this group.
Okay. Sandra, any final questions?
Well, I just had one thing I wanted to, while I'm thinking of it, because I'm looking at my notes that I never look at, but finally looking. Does anybody experience like a taste or even smell, different smells? Because I'm smelling burning constantly. Uh, the smell, and it's almost like a gas type of. I don't know if that's related, but I've heard that it can be, because I did have issues with my nose as
Have you?
well, and my sinuses. So
Sometimes I can't smell, and then when I
yes,
do smell, it's like, oh God, really? I mean, and yes, I do. I get like a sulfur smell sometimes, and I
yes,
get a burning smell
Mhm.
sometimes.
yes. Thank God I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy. The
Oh,
sulfur is real. It really
Yeah.
is. And I find I find it happens right before I go through a flare.
Yes. Yes.
wow.
Yeah, because I've been journaling it, Regina.
Yes.
I've been journaling it and keeping track of it. And it's every single time, it's about 2 weeks before I hit a flare.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
depending on how much I smell is going to be how much my flare is going to be.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
fascinating.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I was always so curious as to
Yep.
why um, I was having these issues, but
Yep.
I'm not happy you guys have the same thing, but I'm glad that I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none of the doctors know why. I asked at the Cleveland Clinic. I've asked at Mount Sinai. Nobody can give me a straight answer. So
It's,
I guess we're
I
just
would
all
say it's got
lost.
to be a body chemical thing going on, and that's just the way it registers.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is. It's yeah.
Mine is tinnitus. When I'm getting a flare, my tinnitus acts up.
Okay.
And this is all new in the last 5 years.
Mm.
I started prednisone, or no, I was metoprolol for my heart,
Mhm.
and I immediately got tinnitus. I stopped metoprolol about a year and a half ago, and I still get tinnitus. It comes and goes. I have it right now. I'm going through some
Hmm.
stuff, so
Great.
it could affect all your senses.
Yeah.
Your whole body from the tip of your head to the tip of your toes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just
And
not.
and it's
It's not.
good to talk about it.
Yeah, I feel better now that it took me so long to know.
Don't
But
forget to come back next month,
Just
guys.
don't ask your doctors; they think you're crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm
It's only
crazy
us
anyway.
that really and truly knows our body,
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's very true. But, thank you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All All right. Raquel, any questions for us?
No.
Okay.
Well,
He's just
I do
late
invite everybody to attend the writing group tomorrow.
from 6 to 7:30.
It's from 6 to.
From 6 to 7:30 Eastern. That's Eastern
How,
time.
So do
how do they
sound
get,
like the right group.
how do
Do
they
we pick
get
up?
directly
Sorry.
to that room,
The
Gina?
same
The
room.
same way they get into this room.
Okay. So it's the same link, okay?
Yeah, it's the Schmier room, same room.
Good, perfect.
So, and
And
do
when
we
Bill,
writing with us, or do we just are we writing during the?
Well, what's going to happen, I'll give you just a little bit of layout. We usually have an introduction at the beginning, and then we have a quick journal prompt because some of our writings now go on to our newsletter that comes out. And then we also, what we wrote from last month, we share that, and sometimes I may make a game out of it. So people can get to know, people in the group and different things like that. So, and I'm telling you, they're eating it up. They love it, and they're learning more and more about themselves just by writing. So, it is a really good group. I think Kevin can testify to that. He did show up to one of my writing groups. So,
Two of them. Come on.
yeah, I put you on the spot. Yeah.
That
But
was
it's, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
a good
ahead.
experience.
I enjoy writing, and I do that. I do it a lot, all the time. It's my, you know, kind
Well,
of
I,
outlet.
I write poetry. And so that was one of the reasons when I went to one of the women's group that they also have, which you all are also invited to attend, the women's group, Women Speaking Freely. I usually attend that too. But it came about when a bunch of us were talking in that group, and we found out that we all write. And some was on an academic level, some was on like short stories, some was just journaling. Me, I do poetry and a little bit of short story. I decided to ask if we can have this group, and then I got the approval back in January of this year, and we had our first writing group in February. So.
It's nice. I look forward to it.
I look forward to every month.
And when is the art class, the art group?
I was looking it up.
The
The last announced date was July 31st. So I don't think
no,
they have a
we
flyer
got
coming
we got
out.
a new one coming out. So on
Yeah.
August 21st, there will be an art class. So it's not on the calendar, which I should know why, but I don't. But
I think
my
I know
guess is
why.
because
I think y'all are
because it does
miscollecting.
not. No. It doesn't use the GoTo meeting. It uses a Zoom. And when Hannah sends the reminder out, it has a registration link on it. So if I put my email in the chat window, it's bfranklin@ancan.org. And if you email me, I will forward you her reminder with the link. Or, well, do that for this month anyway, just in case. But if you go to ancan.org and click on the Contact Us in the upper right corner, it'll come up on a screen. It'll say, click here to join a group. And then it'll take you to where you signed up for this group, and you can select art classes. Is anyone here a veteran besides me? We have
Veteran of the art class, not veteran of
veteran
foreign
of the
service.
United States military.
Oh, no.
Because there is a veterans art group that she does periodically. It's not every month, but it's maybe every other month. So
I'm a veteran of the art class.
Hey,
hey, nice
Well,
looking
Kevin, you have a
goat.
book at
It was
hand?
from last year. What's that?
I was asking you, Kevin, if you have my book at hand. I don't
I
have it in
do.
front of me.
I was joking, Kevin, and said nice looking goat.
Where'd you go? I'm looking. Hang on.
He's looking. Yeah, so just email me at bfranklin@ancan.org if you want the registration for the next art class, and I will forward it to you. And then you
Okay.
can go to ancan.org and click on Contact Us. You can sign up for the art class. That'll put you on our mailing list for the art classes.
Cool.
Well, I'm having a bit of a moment. I'm in a 600 square foot apartment, and I don't know where that book is. Maybe it
Hold
is
up.
getting in my brain. I don't know.
Hold up.
Regina's going to get hers. She knows exactly where it is.
So while she's looking for that, I'll do a little setup. So Regina wrote a short book called "To Hell with Sarcoidosis,"
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Wow. I like the
and
title.
it's a journaling journey.
Mhm.
So she has poetry. She talks about a specific topic, and there's a place to write your thoughts and feelings and respond.
Oh, wow.
And she has some exercises. It's like a master class in therapy. I'll throw
Wow.
it.
That's great.
It helps you get in touch with your
Where can
relationship.
you get it? Where can you?
Amazon.
Amazon?
It is
Amazon.
available on
Wow,
Amazon.com.
Regina.
Yeah,
That's
right?
amazing. You should be so proud. Wow.
Oh, I am. I'm
Yeah,
just,
that's great.
She ain't
I'm planning on
disabled.
having
She's
another one
able.
come out.
Yeah.
I'm going to have another one come out. I'm not sure when, but I have all the materials. I just haven't had time to put it all together.
Neat. Yeah, I look forward to getting it.
Whew.
All right. Well, it was great meeting everyone.
Yes.
See
We'll
you next
be
month.
out second Wednesday of September. There'll be an email coming to your inbox. And we have the writing class tomorrow, and there's an art class coming up.
Well,
So
Kathleen, you'll remind me, right?
Of course I will.
Between my brain and your brain, we could.
Yep. I got
Come to
Raquel
the
on mine too.
writing group, Kathleen.
right.
Come to the writing
Nice to
group,
meet you all,
Kathleen.
guys.
Everybody
Good
have a
night,
good night.
everyone.
Good
Bye.
night.
All right.
Good night. Bye.
Have a good
Thanks,
night,
Bill.
everybody.
Appreciate you guys.
Regina,
Care.
save that thing for me. Save that
Okay.
bracelet. Okay.
I was just curious. Are you coming to the writing group tomorrow?
I'm
Me?
gonna try.
Oh.
Normally as you know, I usually have roll call wheelchair dance.
Oh,
But
that's right.
Oh.
that's why I haven't been there. It's every Thursday. But you're too far. It's Patchogue. So